All right. Here. I know there's a chest somewhere around here. There it is. Why are you wearing one? Got another one. Got two of them now. Yep, got two of them now. Yeah, got. Oop. Thought there was another chest in here somewhere. Let
We're
Where to
approaching
go?
Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
All right, that's them then.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush, no. You didn't hear nothing.
But oh, bird. We'll kill these guys.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed. No.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
$937. Is that enough? 1,000 for that. Need that. $23. Don't have enough for that.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
Happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
All right. Ah. No chest? Oh well. Oh, there was one
That's the
somewhere
main
around here.
gate.
There it is.
Looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Oh, we
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-rin's dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough for everything!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, away with you, filth! Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
all
The
right.
good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This isn't the first time I've seen one of these. Perhaps I can use them as waymarks.
Oh, I had one item way over there I missed. I don't know how I missed that. What? All the bad guys missed the item. Potion, too.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Oh, Buck, I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud. You're telling me that's the Archduke's...
And that's what you get for shoot first, ask questions later.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Ooh, I don't have that one.
Of course, my lord.
Okay, so this is 26,000. What does it do? Increase the limit break generation amount by 3% when dealing damage. Definitely gonna get this.
As you wish, my lord.
See what we can sell. Got one go bag we
May
can
it
sell.
serve the cause well.
Four of
Our
these.
thanks, my lord.
About to start.
I'm sure that it will prove
You have a
useful.
stockpile a lot of money. Once it gets over 1,000 like this, you want to keep at least 1,000 in there. Probably gonna have 500 on normal mode, but we're gonna do 1,000. Anything else over 1,000, we're gonna sell down back to 1,000. And this is how you get your money, like to get all the songs and all that stuff. And you get other stuff that you can sell, like Clouded Eyes. Probably sell 5 of those.
May it serve the cause well.
Get a bunch of those Dragon Talon. The more we get those, the more we can sell. Keep it around 10
I'm
as
sure
well.
that it will prove useful.
Like more we fight Minotaurs, and we get these from the big trolls that we fight with the goblins, right? And you get these from those fallen guys. Has the shields and stuff. Once you get a good bit of these, you can just start selling them for gold or for gil. Meteorite, you need to keep firm stock of that. You need that to upgrade your secondary weapons. Well, your +2 weapons. These always leave at least one of each of these in there. So, alright. I don't have enough for this, but if I'm not mistaken, this goes to your merchant at the hideaway. So, we'll be able to buy that later as well. Main thing was in that, right? And that. Because this
May the
shop
blessing of the crystals
goes
go with
away. If you don't do it now, you can't do it later.
We'll keep them from the bridge.
Did the monsters respawn? Nope, they're still gone. Up, going the wrong way. I gotta talk to him. Alright, let's go talk to him. Yeah, I had to talk to him. Oh well.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Alright.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Probably should just build my chocobo there.
Oh no.
Probably faster.
Bastards are lucky I get them.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Stay down!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their back.
Oh, right. Forgot about that guy.
Too slow.
Oh crap! Oh, he did.
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Got rid of one. Got hit one time.
A noble stand, albeit
But this is the true fight.
misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
anyone left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Oh no! I didn't see him go back in the air.
Let's try.
All right.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Cid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
A cutlass is a sword. He doesn't use a sword, he uses an axe. That line would have been a lot more appropriate if he said, fetch me my axe. This little knick-knack, nitpicking stuff.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
I think this would have been a lot more impactful if they went all the way back to when she first got her abilities.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive.
And they started forcing her to do stuff, and like a montage as she's saying it.
Different path, a better path
of the past. It would have been like a more full backstory for her.
To live on my own terms.
Instead of an expose.
But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with
putting pictures to her words. The picture they chose to show was something that I had already made
and when you do,
in the beginning of the game.
I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it.
I just feel like that would have made a
The journey back
much
to
more
Benamir is long,
fulfilling
and there is much to
backstory
tell the others.
for Jill. Didn't have to see the dialogue or anything. Just while she's saying it, just show the pictures when she first found out she was an icon. How they forced her while she's talking about it, how show pictures of them forcing her to use her icon, killing people that she didn't want to kill, doing to her and her stuff as the backing of, of the Grand Priest. They don't even need to play the sounds of those moments, just her talking about it with that same music going on. And showing those flashes of pictures. To me, it'd been a more impactful scene.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom.
Hey, we got more side quests. Okie dokie. Alright, so.
But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
We got a new song. Takes a while to get going, huh? Or is that it?
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the Gormans of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Yeah, some of these recipes that they have in these cooking missions, you gotta do multiples of them, right? This is like the first one. Some of these recipes sound downright disgusting, but some of them sound like they could be pretty good.
You look like you could do with a drink.
Don't be a stranger, Sid.
should have another one. Go read this letter.
She's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen. Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad with all the bloody dust.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians
There are
of the
new
flame?
billets being poked.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. But normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing, really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Now, I get the whetstone when we're finding the special whetstone to be able to make Excalibur. And I get the engravings to make the engravings and the runes that goes into the Gothic Denebron or Durango Rock. I don't get this one. This one is about leather and being a tanner. Blacksmith is not a tanner. He's a blacksmith. So Blackthorn is upset because he's not a tanner.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe?
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Okay. Hunting board. There we go. So this will be another hunt, too. I gotta make a video of it. Of just the hunt. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Let's see if I can find this thing. I remember where. I know where the griffin's at. All right. There's Northridge. Where's Lost Wing? Here's Lost Wing. Okay. It's either this one or this one. I can't remember which one. We're gonna go to this one and look first. I got a high potion. Do we see a griffin? No, I think it's the other one. Yeah, it's definitely the other one. Gotta be this one. I could run there, but whatever. There he is. See him.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey.
Alright.
Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going into a griffin hunt. My current setup is, and this is as you get to this point in the game. It's just the best stuff you can have at this point in the game. This one, you actually get in the last dungeon that we did. Or you can actually pick up in the town that your mother killed all the people in. This you have to buy from the Red Flame merchant that's only there for until I do this next red quest. That's the next main quest. After this next main quest, that merchant's not there anymore, so way to get that one. It's the best two things you can have at this point in the game. This you actually get by crafting. You craft this from the ore that you get for beating Typhoon. Was it Typhoon? Yeah, Typhoon. It was Typhoon. And we got that ore. Pretty sure it was. And obviously I'm using this so I can increase my 12 damage on my addition. That's currently my strongest one. You know, it's 3, 3, 2, 2 on these on attack strengths, 3 and 3. So this with this kind of like it makes it a 4, right? I'm just making this my strongest thing, right? If I had something like can make this a 4, I would, and then this and this would hit the same. This can also hit multiple people. That's why I like having that in. And with that, I can kill multiple people at one time. All this does, there's a cooldown. This has the longest cooldown of all the special abilities. But with this, it makes the cooldown bearable. Without this, the cooldown for this is not bearable. It's actually really good because any kind of like monetary damage you have, not actual damage, but monetary damage, you can recoup that with this, like all of it at one time. It's actually really good at that. And these are the only 3 icons you can currently use at this time because we haven't got Titan yet. So this is what I'm using. Both of these to build staggered. Use this to build staggered. And use this to hit hard. Alright, and ability setup. Show you my abilities where this is what I currently have. I got just need to get master that. Doesn't matter because it's not going anywhere besides that. Right, I got just one up to master this. This is the best version of these abilities. Right? The next thing I really want to get, obviously I'm going to upgrade the Titan stuff when I get it. I'm going to probably downgrade all this to upgrade the Titan because I'm going to use this to replace Titan stuff. Actually, I might use this. Yeah, I'll probably either go lose that or this. Probably, I don't think about it. I might lose this, the Titan's abilities. I'll downgrade all that to upgrade Titan's ability. You know, this is like the best, one of the best attacks in the whole entire game. Well, does the most damage. But I don't have nowhere near points to that. Even if I were like to downgrade everything right here and everything right here, I still wouldn't have enough to get that. So I won't have enough to get that is if I get rid of this, and this is more important. Can't be. So. That's our current setup. Let's go kill ourselves a griffin. Thought I dodged that. Oh, I thought I dodged that. Dodged that time. Get down here. Alright, so what we're gonna do is do this first, and that little bit of damage that we have right there is gonna max out with this. And then we're gonna start our limit. Right? And start hitting with this stuff, the harder stuff, harder hitting stuff. And then we'll come by with this. Alright. If I didn't do it that way, that monetary damage I get when I start my limit would use my limit to actually heal that first before it actually heals my other life. So you really want to heal that other life with your limit and use Blaze of Rebirth to heal that monetary life. Go with this. 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 Oh. Come on. Oh, right. I blocked it. I didn't get this perfect dodge, but I did dodge it. Got him. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Griffin. Well, here's what you can forget it. But not mistaken, you need that to do one of the special craft armor.
Is something there, boy?
Alright, let's stop that video.
Could that be our man?
Look at this item. 2 gold. Oh man, that's lousy. 2 whole gil.
Are you alright?
Let's give me 10.
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Alright. I think, to do over here. I got everything I'm supposed to do right now. I do want to run and get this item over here before we fast track back to Blackthorn. Hey, it's a potion. Sweet, but doesn't matter. I already had maxed out. Alright.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Bloody busybodies, the both of you.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret. the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leatherworking community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough nattering. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
There it is. The Drake Slayer gear design kit. Obviously the best armor. Well, second best armor in the game. If you can get it all built. You gotta do a bunch of side quests to finish it. I think. Is this set? No, that might be the next set.
Clive. So, what'll it be?
Let's see. Need Electrum? Okay. I need a Darius Moss. Yeah, this ain't this one. It's gonna be there's another one that we get later on. Another kit that we get for better armor to make. This ain't it. That's really good armor. I don't think it's better than it. The stuff you get from the DLC. This still ain't bad armor at this point in the game.
That it?
Oh, got more renown. I got more gifts. Let's look at that gift.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Same way. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, so.
We got Song.
Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I think I have another side quest to do. I do. Okay. Now you don't have to do all these side quests that I'm doing. You just go straight to the main quest and keep on going through the main quest. You ain't got to touch a single green marker out there.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here.
Now, I prefer to do them,
Welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got a gill,
but you don't have to. You can probably finish the entire game just doing the main quest
Unwanted violets.
inside of 30
If you
hours.
have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
It'll take you about 70 to 80 hours to beat the game if you do all the side
You're
quests.
looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Oh, did it mark on map? It did. Okay. Across the long bridge this way. Right. I don't know. Think you should chocobo there and skip all the fights, or you think you should run there and do all the fights?
Stay sharp.
And that is the question. See, it used to be that you had to run back to them, and what you used to do is you go there, you kill everything along the way. You got all the experience points and all the stuff. And this game forces you to get guild to sell the materials that you get from killing animals. It doesn't give you a whole lot of guild at all, so you have to sell the materials you get from killing animals to be able to get enough guild to buy all the songs, to get some of the best armor, all this other stuff, right? So it is what it is. This way. But now they got that fast because everybody complaining, oh, we got to run back. They made a fast track back to the quest, and when they did that, it kind of made the chocobo almost pointless if you're going to do it that method.
Scorpions. At least I know what
We're going to get right here in the middle. That's this. Come this way. We're going to get the right angle. We're going to take out both of these guys with this. One survived. Alright. Got him over there. And there we go. Easy peasy.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What, the salt on the senses is like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're, welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Oh, badge of metal? For defense? No. I do a lot of dodge on defense. I very rarely get hit, and kind of upset every time I do get hit. Like that one time by that griffin, I was like, really? Because when I dodge that, because typically I'm good at the timing. Let's go this way. So, alright, now the only thing I can do is make the trip over. Right. The only thing I can do is make the trip over to the sea. You go listen to her talk, and then you go make the trip over to the sea to actually do Drake's Breath. So I'm gonna leave Drake's Breath. I'm gonna call this live for next stream, and that's what next stream will be is Drake's Breath. I'm gonna call this stream Guardians of the Flame because we met the Guardians of the Flame. The last video I made, I said on the way to Drake's Breath, which we were, and then we ran into a bunch of stuff. So this will be Guardians of the Flame, and the next one is going to be Drake's Breath. So, y'all have a good day. I gotta go see if I gotta work tomorrow. Good night.